Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Golf Subpar with Colt, Knost, and Drew Stoltz. The Zurich Classic is in the books. It was an incredible finish. Andrew Novak and Ben Griffin pick up their first win on the PGA Tour. But as always, this episode is brought to you by Fanatics. And when I bet, I like getting something back, even if I lose. That's why I bet with Fanatics Sportsbook. When I place a bet with them, I earn fan cash, win or lose. I can flip fan cash into bonus bets or use it for new team apparel on Fanatics.com. Also, if you're a new customer, you'll get $200 in bonus bets when you sign up and bet $20 or more. Use code SUBPAR to claim it. Download Fanatics Sportsbook and let the fan cash flow. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Connecticut residents call 888-789-7777. Massachusetts residents call 800-327-5050. New York residents call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Maryland residents visit mdgamblinghelp.org. And Sleaze, we got a little winner from our friends over Fanatics. Winner.
Yeah, shout out to our guy, Brian L. from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, being the winner of the Golden Bear Sweepstakes, winner of a Jack Nicklaus signed pin flag. Keep that baby somewhere special. We look forward to more exciting sweepstakes with our partners at Fanatics Sportsbook this year. More coming. Good stuff on the way.
Awesome. Congratulations to you, and congratulations to Andrew Novak and Ben Griffin. I mean, the team event, so much fun down there in New Orleans. Rory McIlroy, Shane Lowry were in the mix. Really struggled on Sunday. But I will say, I didn't pick them on here, but on our SiriusXM show, Sleaze, I did pick these boys to win the tournament. They've been knocking on the door, and boy, did they walk through it. Man, that was a lot of fun down there in the Big Easy.
Why'd you switch it up on here?
I don't know. I got confused, I think.
Yeah, it can happen. It can happen. But
Sleaze, you pick two different sides, and you have a better chance of winning.
Exactly. Give a winner on one side, loser on the other side. Everybody's happy. That's how touts work, by the way. How about Andrew Novak on his season? 6th now in the FedEx Cup, inside the top 12 for the Ryder Cup, which I'm sure everybody had as their bold beginning of the year predictions. It's corny to say like, oh, it was just a matter of time. This was coming. The guy's played in a lot of final groups this year. I think he may have played in the final group more often than anyone on the PGA Tour this year. But we see this in years past. There was a time where Jeff Overton was runner-up, and it was like, it's coming. It doesn't always happen. And granted, this isn't an individual tournament, but it's still a win. You still get the 2-year exemption to go along with it. It's huge for him. It's huge for Ben Griffin as well, who not too long ago, guy was a mortgage officer, working loans, and now he's a winner on the PGA Tour, 2-year exemption. So, yeah, you had him pegged on radio, and it was a little surprising not to see Shane and Rory out there, but also just props to Shane for getting Rory on property. I would have taken a bet on that after the Masters that he might not be making it.
Yeah, I tell you what, when they eagled 18 on Saturday after that weather delay, I was like, oh boy, they're 5 shots back, alternate shot where they thrive. They're going to be a problem. And man, I was with their group all day on Sunday. I don't know if anyone was aware, but we had a little technical issue going on with the broadcast.
Everyone was telling me you were messing it up.
Yep, they told me it was all my fault, obviously. That's what social media does. But yeah, I did both shows this past week. I did Golf Channel and CBS. I was walking down the 5th fairway with Rory and Shane, and my headset just went crazy. And which it's happened before. And I just thought my headset went out. So I'm trying to talk to our people at BSI. I'm like, what's going on? Can't hear anything. All of a sudden, our producer calls. He's like, hey, we have a full-blown power outage in the compound. Problem, it takes like at least an hour to reboot. I'm like, oh, wow. This is rather interesting. So he's like, just stay out there. You never know when it's going to come back. So I walked 5 through 11 and didn't say a word. Just walked and watched golf. Rory McIlroy hit a 5-iron from 250 yards on 7 downwind to like 12 feet. I was like, great shot. No one in the world saw it.
Nobody saw it. Didn't actually happen.
He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, we have a power outage right now. And none of this is happening. None of this is going across TV. It was wild. I was going from 9 to 10. Amanda Balionis has her set there. She's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm just walking. I'm told to walk. We have a power outage. She goes, you know exactly what's going to happen because some dark clouds were moving on in. She's like, we're going to get back on air, and they're going to blow the horn. Well, damn it, if she wasn't right. We're walking down the 11th fairway. You can see the dark clouds. We start doing our little sound check to make sure everybody's good. All right, we're good. We're going to get on air. Blow the horn, 2-hour delay. It was like, I was like, how much shit can happen in one day?
Yeah, that's a weird deal. I don't know that I can ever remember just power going out on a broadcast before, but got it back and got the thing in. I was like, oh man, if they got weather delay, like they might not finish this till Monday. So at least they got it. At least they got her in.
Can I give a shout out to one special tweet that I got from a guy who goes, "How the hell do you not have a backup plan? This is ridiculous. You're CBS." I'm like, oh, really? So the complete power shutdown goes down, and you think they can just fire it back up in 2 minutes? I'm like, calm down, fella.
You got to have an extra generator around. I've always said that. Shame on you guys for not being prepared for that. You got to look yourself in the mirror, reflect.
Yeah, but yeah, that was interesting. I've never had that happen, but man, it was always fun being down in New Orleans. Just such a great event, so much different. Everyone's so laid back and relaxed. Like the guys just have so much fun. And I know they didn't win this year, and it was awesome that they came back and defended their title. But I really hope Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry come back to this tournament because the amount of people they get out there in the gallery, the support they get is phenomenal. And I don't know if anyone else. I mean, obviously, I think if Scotty plays, you get crazy crowds. But what Rory McIlroy brings to that tournament is so great, and I really hope they keep coming back.
All right, before we get back to our episode, a quick note from one of the best partners in the game, our boys over at ShipSticks. If you're a golfer and you travel at all and you're not using them, you're out of your mind. I just went to and from Vegas, shipped them both ways. Colt's been shipping all over the U.S. as he's been following around the PGA Tour. All you got to do is schedule the shipment, slap on the label. That's it. Let them handle the rest. You don't got to lug your bags through the airport. No stress. It's white glove service for your clubs and your luggage if you want to just eliminate all of it altogether. And right now, ShipSticks is offering our listeners 20% off your first shipment when you go to shipsticks.com and use the code SUBPAR20. Go to shipsticks.com, use the code SUBPAR20 to get 20% off your first shipment and save yourself the hassle this golf season. That's shipsticks.com. Make sure you use the code SUBPAR20 so they know we sent you. I thought them not only playing but winning last year might be the catalyst for like more big name guys to be like, all right, let's go play this thing. I know it's a tough spot on the schedule and you can't play them all, and especially the big name guys that are in all the signature events and stuff. But by the way, neither Shane and Rory don't have to play either, but they do. I thought there would be more this year, honestly, because the leaderboard, quite frankly, like it wasn't loaded with stars come Sunday afternoon.
No, it wasn't. And this is just another example, Sleaze, I think, of where these signature events hurt so many other events. Because I think this is an event a lot of guys want to play because it is fun. It's different. Like they get to go out there with a buddy and root each other on. And it's the only one on the PGA Tour. And I think that's what makes it special. But when you have the Masters, then you have RBC Heritage, which is a signature event. And then it goes right into New Orleans, Byron Nelson, and then boom, you have another signature event at the Truist Championship, which is in Philly this year, followed by the PGA Championship. It's like the schedule it's so hard to get these guys because, look, they're preparing for the signature events. They're preparing for the major championships. And to me, if I'm a top player, it makes total sense. You play Masters, you play Hilton Head, you take 2 weeks off, then you play Philly and the PGA. Like it all aligns perfectly. And so events like the Zurich and the Byron Nelson just get screwed because of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we've talked about before. It's almost 2 schedules at this point. If you're a signature event guy, you play that schedule. You probably sprinkle in a couple non-signatures here and there. We get a bunch of them at Phoenix Open, which is nice. But yeah, it kills all these other ones because you have to play the signature events. So you're not going to play 30 weeks a year. I understand why a lot of these guys don't play New Orleans, but I just kind of wish, going forward, if it could be tweaked, to where they could have some time off or things like that. I think it would make for great TV. Like I really like New Orleans. It's just a nice change of pace from the, monotonous grind on the PGA Tour. And how about the big news of the week, by the way? Our guy Derek Anderson getting in the field on the bag for Kevin Chappell. Hello. Coming in late for Tom Hoagie. Billy Horschel had a little hip injury. DA, the big fella, Chappie, slide right on in there. Played the weekend. We're going to be talking to him soon, by the way, about the experience. I don't know there's ever been a professional athlete more excited to get inside the ropes at a PGA Tour event, but it's going to be a beauty. There's some good stories as you would expect out of the big guy.
Yeah, I walked with him on Friday. Saw DA in action out there caddying. It was great, man. He was having fun. I met up with him Thursday night after they played. Obviously, getting paired with Rory and Shane, probably not expected being the first alternate, but hey, that's how it happened. I asked DA the first day, I was like, how was he? He's like, dude, he goes, I fucking clapped when Rory hit his tee shot on the first hole. I'm like, you're a caddy, bro. What are you doing? He's like, I don't know. I just got caught up in the moment. I was a fan. And he hit this drive, and I was just like, holy shit, that's incredible. And he started clapping.
It's so good. I mean, the guy, eats, breathes, lives golf to get out there, to get in that thing. Flew down there early thinking they would have a good chance as first alternate. And lo and behold, they did. And a great partner to get in that thing too. And all as an alternate shot partner or just any type of a partner, 2-man game, Tom Hoagie's pretty steady Eddie. There ain't a lot of wayward shots there. He's one of the best iron players in the world. And they started off really nice. I mean, they played the weekend, but I thought for a moment, I was like, this could be a really good team with the way Chappie drives it and the way Hoagie hits his irons.
Yeah, it was great for Chappie to get in. Obviously, they didn't play their best on the weekend, but really cool. And I'm so excited to sit down with DA here pretty soon and have him on because he's a beauty. And I know he had a lot of fun out there. But we do have to give some love to our girl, Sarah Schmelzel. Went out there after being our guest last week, was in the mix down at the Chevron, a major championship on the LPGA Tour. Ended up finishing tied for 6th. Didn't have her best on Sunday. But, man, I'm so proud of her. Her time is coming. I know so many of y'all loved that interview. She's got a great personality. So fun, man. And I'll be honest, the most I have ever looked at the LPGA leaderboard all week this week. I was paying attention. Actually, during the rain delays, they were showing, obviously, the replay of the Zurich Classic from last year. I was like, hey, switch it over to the Chevron. I want to see how Sarah's doing. So I watched some of it, man. But proud of her. Her time's coming, but that was a really good performance. After being a guest on Subpar in Sleaze, she actually said several people in the gallery said, Sarah, we loved you on Subpar.
Yes.
She gained a shit ton of more followers, she told me. So awesome to see.
That's awesome. She's hard not to like. She's just down to earth. She's loaded with talent, too. Cliche to say, her time is coming, but it's the truth. She's really, really good. By the way, the ending of that tournament was
oh my God.
Was fucking insane. Like, yeah. I was traveling home from Vegas. I only got to see the replay, but I was like, what? This happened? Saw the chip that went 6 inches, the 3-putt from 10 feet when you had Eagle, reminiscent of Dustin Johnson at Chambers Bay. There's just some wild stuff going on at that thing.
Made me feel better about my chipping after I saw that a little bit.
That one,
my chipping, by the way.
I didn't see that.
My chipping is pretty nice. But shout out to Sarah. Awesome playing. And also, the future of the LPGA is actually coming to Scottsdale here very soon, Sleaze. Thursday, May 8th through Sunday, May 11th, TPC Scottsdale Champions Course. The Epson Tour, some of the future of the women's game will be there. If you want to go, our good friends over at Carlisle are sponsoring the event. Carlisle, go to carlislelpga.com if you want tickets. 1-day ticket, just $12. 4-day ticket, $36. Junior 17 and under admitted free with a ticketed adult, free admission for active duty and retired military. I just love everything they're doing right now. They're going to have a cocktail and craft brew fest on Saturday out there, which is May 10th from 1 to 4. A bunch of different vendors out there. They're doing a junior clinic on Sunday, May 11th at 2 p.m. But the future of the LPGA will be out at TPC Scottsdale Champions May 8th through the 11th. If you're in town, go check that out.
That's right. Get out there. See the future. See who Schmelly's going to have to dominate in the future. They're there. They're there.
I cannot wait for Sarah to get that first win. It's going to be awesome.
We'll have her back. We'll have her back on that and do it proper.
All right. Well, let's talk about, because I feel like both of us got a little pain in the voice right now. New Orleans was a lot. I'm actually in Dallas right now, getting ready to go to the Dallas Stars game. Played my man Finn Ewing's charity event. It's been a nice little session coming back to my old hometown. But you were in Vegas. 8 a.m. Invitational. How'd we do? Did we behave ourselves?
We did all right. The voice, physically, I'm not great.
Did all right.
If I'm being honest. I got home yesterday. It hurt. Slept for a few hours. Went to bed at like 8 p.m. Woke up today. Wanted to shoot myself in the face. But here we are. We had a hell of a run, dude. Missed you. I mean, you know what that thing's all about. There were some awesome moments. The field was sweet. We had some new blood in the mix this year, which was cool. Golden Tate was in the house, who brought the noise the entire week. He was a great addition. Young kid Jagger Eaton out of Mesa, by the way, American skateboarder, silver medalist in the Olympics, stud. By the way, behind Marty Fish, who was also a rookie, probably the best golfer there. Scratch handicap. We're definitely going to get him in and have him on as a guest. He was spectacular. Karaoke night, dude. Legitimately one of the best nights of the year. Do you want to know who walked away? You want me to run you through some of the primetime performances?
Yes, I would love to hear it. And also, you and I were texting before karaoke night. And you said there's a 20% chance I might be singing tonight.
There's 20% because there's two guys that said if I have to, like, you'll get peer pressured into just, there ain't no saying no. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm staying out of this. This is for like real celebs. This isn't for me. But two of them, Trey McBride was like, dude, if they force me to go up there, you're coming. And I was like, okay, we'll see about that. I normally like to just creep towards the back once this stuff starts going. And then late in the game, he was actually itching to go. Was Danny Amendola was like, dude, I got us. You'll know the words to it. Trust me. Stand by. And then thank God the thing ended before it had to happen. So avoided getting out there.
Okay.
But your winners of the karaoke night, guy I just mentioned, Jagger Eaton, started off as a solo act, turned into a duet when Michael Phelps came up there. Just could not resist himself. Was just chomping. He's like, do you want me? Do you want me? Do you need a mic? I was like, yeah, what's he going to say? They came up there. They did Friends in Low Places, which,
hell yeah. Sing it, Garth.
as you can imagine, the place went nuts. They won. Chris Lane in the house.
Okay, well, that's not fair. He's a professional singer. He's a country singer.
Exactly. We discussed this prior to. He's like, dude, I can't get up there and sing like a real song. Like, that's so cringe. I got to do something like way out of my element. I'm going to do something hip hop. And he's like, I actually got a costume for it too. Dude, he brought in this like almost like down to his ankles mink coat. I don't even know if it was mink, but you know what I mean? It looked like one of those. It looked like something like an Oakland pimp would be wearing. He got up there and did Big Papa by Notorious B.I.G. with Golden Tate as like his hype man, which was a phenomenal performance. There'll be some videos of that coming out that you'll see. Disappointing. I'll go most disappointing performance of the night. Our guys, Chandler Parsons.
Oh, no.
Blake
No
Griffin.
way.
They had Jason Kelsey joining them this year. Granted, they were feeling no pain when they got up there, but let's just say they had like a little routine worked out and like none of it went off as it was supposed to. They didn't really know where they were in the song at times. They did Total Eclipse of the Heart, you know, and it was kind of a mess, and they got off and they were like, that was terrible, but they got up there and they did it. But that was probably the one. Jason Kelsey, also fresh blood. Big boy. Showed up.
Yeah.
Showed up in a major way, by the way. Trav was in the house, too. Trav kept a little lower profile this year. No karaoke for him. He was just kind of, he's had a lot going on. He's been in the limelight a lot there. And then the girls did great, too. We gave you some FaceTimes with Michelle Wee West. She got up there with Erin Lim Rhodes, Kira K. Dixon. Oh, and then Jessica Biel. Surprise performance from them. Little Spice Girls.
Love that.
As you can imagine. High energy. They were great.
We've had Michelle Wee on the podcast. Okay. I've obviously known her for quite some time. We've had a few evenings together. You texted me and you said, dude, Michelle Wee can go. I've told you for a long time. I ain't messing around. The girl can have some cocktails and she can hang.
And she talks shit to people. It's great. I mean, like every time I turned around the corner, dude, I felt like she was handing me a shot of tequila. I was like, God, this is number 4 on the day. They just kept coming. She was unbelievable. As you would expect, one of the anchors of her team. They split up her and Marty Fish. They were kind of the marquee players for Team Timberlake and Team Phelps. But damn, she was spectacular. Made it to the finals of the closest to the pin contest. Marty Fish, Michelle Wee, Jagger Eaton, and a couple surprises. Jason Kelsey made it into the top 5, and Jason Kennedy as well, with Marty Fish winning it, as you would expect. The dude, there were some great moments during that shootout too. It's just a hell of a week, man. It's one of the best ones. I love when it comes up, and I'm not super disappointed when it's over because I'm just gone.
Yeah, it's always fun. Had some good FaceTimes. Got a few hateful messages from Michelle. But other than that, it was great. Glad y'all had fun. Congrats to all the winners out there. Let's see if we can make some money for the people out there with our friends over at Fanatic Sportsbook. Make sure you go download the app and join us. This week, we're on to the CJ Cup. Byron Nelson. Scotty Scheffler is in the field. He's plus 280 to win. No big deal at all. But obviously, Sleaze, very special event to me. My first ever event on the PGA Tour when I was at SMU in college. It's cool to be home. I actually got to play golf today with your football coach, Sonny Dykes. Roar TCU.
Yeah, right. We don't want you.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not. A lot of purple around there, but man, it was so much fun playing. Played with him, Cooper Manning, Cody Gribble, Finn Ewing, who's the host of the event. We had an unbelievable group. So much fun.
Hold up real quick. How's my guy's golf game? I think I've seen him swing it before, but what are we working with?
He off the tee, pretty good. Okay. I would say he's going to cover most games.
Okay. Well, that's
inside 100 yards.
That's actually great news, because if you said dude, he's super dialed to short game, I'd be like, not enough time watching film, too much time playing golf. So that's good. I'm more optimistic about our season now that I know that his golf game's not that great. Good job, Sonny.
we were having a good time because obviously Cooper was out there. His son Arch Manning,
transfer portal,
probably the best quarterback in the nation heading into next year down at Texas. Finn Ewing was having some fun on the mic. He's like, "Oh, yep, breaking news: Arch Manning will not be in Austin next year. He's actually coming to the Frogs." Who Finn Ewing is also a TCU Horned Frog. That is totally not true. He's down in Texas, but it was a lot of fun playing with those guys. But let's try to make some money this week at the CJ Cup. Byron Nelson, TPC Craig Ranch. So ladies, I haven't been out to the golf course yet. Just saw one of the rules officials in the hotel. Talked to Scotty Scheffler, Jordan Spieth today at our event. Apparently, they have overseeded this golf course, which is not normal for here. They have brought the fairways in. It is minimum 4-inch rough everywhere. So I think we could see a much different TPC Craig Ranch this year. They normally shoot the grass off this place. It looks a little different. I believe they're going to kind of make some changes after this tournament, so they're going to try to bake it out if we don't get any rain. But we could see a much more difficult golf course. And for me this week, I'm going to go with a top 10 play. Okay. This tournament has been very good to the Asian players on the PGA Tour, and so I'm going to go with one of those. And most of you out there are probably thinking I'm going to go with my man Siwoo Kim, but this week I'm going with Sung J M to top 10
I like that.
plus 260.
All this course description stuff you just told me, could have used that about 15 minutes ago when I was running through who I liked. Although it doesn't change it that much, but just this is a guy that seems to play well on big, open, wide golf courses. Like some of his best finishes this year. Mexico Open, that's like that. Houston Open, he's won there, played well again there this year. But I'm going Steven Yeager, top 20 at plus 190. I mean, he plays these type of courses good. Colt, as you know, he's gotten way longer over the last few years, and he's a guy that can rattle off birdies in bunches, which historically you need to do. He might not need to do it this year, sounding like the setup being a lot different than it has been. But give me Steven Yeager, top 20, plus 190.
By the way, I could be totally full of shit, and I just lied to you. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see come Thursday. I haven't been to the golf course yet. This is what I've been told. But yeah. All right. I like those bets. Make sure you go over, download the Fanatic Sportsbook app, and join us and follow our plays all year long. We're going to have some cool season-long giveaways, and it's been pretty good so far. Actually, Lee Hodges at the course today, he's like, dude, y'all are pretty good at those bets.
I think if you're following them, you're up. Thanks, if you're betting 100 at a time, you're up a decent amount. Dude, Aaron Rye, Sahith, come to the last hole last week. All they need tweet on 18. Everybody's tweeting 18. Birdie for top 10, made bogey, missed by 2. I was watching that one actually closely. Would have been helpful. And then who'd you have? You had Keith and JT posting, right? Yeah.
Keith and JT Poston played absolutely like horse shit all week long, made the cut. Then they go out and shoot 65 alternate shot on Sunday. Missed the top 10 by 2 shots, and I got word from little birdie. Our good friend Kashmir Keith Mitchell missed a 1-foot putt on Sunday. To go along with a couple others, they easily could have backdoored the top 10, but 1-foot putt. So
that's a tough one. He's still good looking, still stylish, but the 1-footer, that's tough. It would have been worse if they'd have missed by 1. At least they missed by 2 for you.
Yep. So we're on to this week. So we'll get amongst it out at the CJ Cup. Byron Nelson, follow along our picks. And I tell you a guy that can probably afford to make a few plays here and there. Our guest this week, Trey McBride, tight end for the Arizona Cardinals, is back in the building. Just signed a massive new contract. He is now the highest paid tight end in NFL history, and he joins us now on Golf Subpar.
All right, we have one of, if not the best tight ends in the NFL with us here today, not to mention a new golf addict, too. It is a pleasure to have him return. Financially sound, Trey McBride back in the house. Congrats, brother. Good to have you.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. No, thanks for having me. This will be fun.
Yeah, congratulations. Highest paid tight end in NFL history.
Yeah.
Do you ever think you'd hear that?
No, I mean, it's crazy to, it's surreal, just, everything that I've been through, all the hard work. But yeah, if you would have told me, 3 years ago or 5 years ago, I would have been the highest paid. I would have probably never believed you, but it's a huge honor, and I'm excited and glad to be here.
Didn't you get the phone call while you're on the golf course about it?
Yeah.
You had to know something good was coming, but maybe not exactly.
Well, I knew I had a couple missed calls from my agents, and I was like, oh, man, something's probably heating up. But I'm just out there with a couple of my teammates playing golf, just enjoying the day, and that kind of all went down. And, yeah, I'm out there on the 10th hole, trying to finish out a round after I just found out that I got this big deal done. So it was exciting, but it was fun too.
Double bogey,
Press.
don't care.
Yeah,
Don't
press.
care.
Don't
All
care.
you bitches are pressed.
Yeah.
For
I'm like,
everything.
when that cart girl comes back around, just get whatever you guys want. I'll take care of it. You guys go ahead and order anything you guys want, and we'll have fun.
So
It was a good time.
was your deal up, or did you have another year left, and y'all were just trying to renegotiate?
Yeah, I still have one more year on my original contract, but we just tried to get an extension done to keep me here a little bit longer. So
That is awesome.
Smart people over there
Yeah,
at the
no.
Cardinals org. By the way, I hadn't until just recently, but Coach Gannon up at the Rock, member sitting next to me. What awesome dude. B, have you gotten to play with him at all? He
Yeah,
was not
he's,
high on his golf game when we spoke, but
but he's
he
I
goes.
have played with him a handful of times, and he's one of those guys who's so competitive out there. He like analyzes every shot. He's like looking at the green book. He's doing all the stuff
Coach,
on
I
every
believe that.
on every single. I'm like, okay, it's not that serious. Like, let's just play some golf. But he's a heck of a stick, and he loves playing all the time.
Yeah, he loves it. He's been up at the
Yeah.
Rock a lot.
Yeah.
By the way, that guy, does he live in the gym as well?
Yeah,
I mean, he
he's
keeps
shredded.
Dude,
himself.
he's a
Good
joke.
He's always talking
God.
about his swing speed, trying to get his swing speed up, getting shredded. I'm like, dude, come on.
Like,
I mean,
Coach, you can't be more ripped than your players. Like,
yeah, he
come on
looks
now.
like a safety or something.
Andy
How old
Reid's
is
got it
he?
figured out.
He's like, all right, dude. How
Yeah,
old
he's
is
like
he?
42,
He was
40,
I actually looked-
Ish?
something like
Look,
that.
born in
Young
83, so yeah.
God damn.
Mhm.
I got 1 year. Become an NFL head coach.
Yeah,
Let's go,
and get
baby.
jacked.
Get jacked. I got a lot of shit. I got a lot of shit to get into.
You've been playing some golf.
Yeah.
Had some nice trips
Yeah.
as of late. How's the game coming along?
It's gotten a lot better. It's trending in the right direction. I'm close. I've shot 80 a bunch of times. I haven't got to that 70
Oh.
mark yet, but I've done it. It's just that mental barrier, but it's gotten a lot better since I first started, for sure.
Where you been playing? Where's some of the cool places you've been?
Recently I played in a golf tournament out in Cancun in the NFLPA, so that was a cool one. Played at the Mayakoba, that was a blast. And then I flew to Cabo right after that and played a golf course out there too. So those are just two ones that stick out to me right
Did you
now.
see Sleaze's statue at Mayakoba?
Is it still there? They put one up. Dumbest fuck to ever play.
Yeah.
That's my one start, Trey.
No, you were right
On
there
tour.
on the front.
They still got
right,
it?
Yeah, right when you
I
walked
can't
in.
bring myself to go back. Bring back too many memories of what could have been.
Yeah, what could have been.
Gotta take those Adams clubs down there. Tee them up again.
Those bastards sabotaged my career. That was an inside job for sure. Didn't you just get back? You were at Shadow yesterday, huh? I got a little scouting report on the game.
Oh, you were there. Wait, you were there yesterday?
Yesterday.
Flew up there, played Shadow, came back. It was a heck of a time, yeah, no doubt.
Is there a better place?
That place is incredible. You feel like you're not even in Las Vegas. It's like, where does you just pull up and it's just all these trees and it's like, it's crazy. I love that place. Yeah.
Yeah, we rave about it. We've had Monty, the GM, on the pod.
Yeah.
And we're actually going up there in June because they're putting lights
Yeah.
on Shadow
Yeah,
Creek.
we gotta do that,
We're going to have a
dude.
little night
We
golf.
need to go do that.
No, that's insane. Yeah, I can't wait to do that. I mean, they said the back nine is going to be lit up, and I can't imagine playing Shadow Creek at 8:30 at night.
When are we? What's the date?
June 12th.
Yeah,
Stand by on that.
Yeah.
Maybe
we'll throw that.
I heard you threw a little 40 burger on him though in the front, huh?
Yeah, I was hot early, and then the back got a little rough. But that hot start. Let's not forget about that. Yeah, it started birdie off the rip, so it was
Birdie the first?
yeah, birdie the
Attaboy.
first. Yeah, that
Low
was
gross of the group on the front. is
Yeah,
what
and I was playing with
told.
some good golfers, so
Yeah.
I felt good about myself there.
Yeah.
When amongst the Arizona Cardinals, who would you say is the best player?
You know,
Golfer.
There's a
Not football player.
There's a lot of guys that golf. Clayton Tune, we have a backup quarterback. He's a pretty good stick. Those quarterbacks and specialists, man, they play all the time. So those guys are all pretty good. But I would say Clayton probably takes the heat.
Yeah, we played it a while back with him. He's a good player.
Yeah, he's not a bad
Houston
bad,
kid.
not
Yeah,
a
he
bad
knows.
stick.
You've been playing a ton with Buddha.
Yeah, me and
What's
Buddha-
his game?
He
even
just
know
got
he
into
played.
it. Yeah, he just got into it this last offseason. He never played before in his whole life. Just got into it, but he's hooked, dude. He plays 5 days a week, all
Really?
the time,
That's so cool.
24/7. He calls me every day wanting to play, and I'm like, dude, not every day, but I'll play a lot. But no, he's great. But his game, he doesn't, he's just an old man golfer. He just swings real smooth, man. Hits it like 220, 230 driver, just kind of dinks and dunks it down there. But no, he's a heck of a player. He's an athlete, so he's got it figured out for sure.
Before we get back to our interview with Trey McBride, a quick note from Shady Rays. Shady Rays offers high-performance sunglasses built with golfers in mind. The Green Wolf collection has semi-polarized lenses to cut glare while increasing clarity. It enhances contrast on the course, and tint is designed to enhance readability of greens. Lightweight and comfortable with rubber nose pads and snap pin hinges so they stay in place during your swing. They also come with a 30-day risk-free return and exchange policy. Head to shadyrays.com. Use the code SUBPAR for a 35% off your sunglasses. Now back to Trey McBride.
Kyler's gift to the O-line a couple years ago was golf clubs, right?
Yeah.
From Truspec.
Yeah.
And I think last time you were here, we talked about because tight ends weren't included
Yeah.
in the O-line gifts.
Yeah,
Have we
that's
changed his mind
Such
yet?
a scam.
Yeah,
dude.
no, I'm gonna have
Block
to
all the
talk to
time.
him. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely gotta, keep putting it in his ear to let him know that we need gifts too.
Kyler, I know you're listening. Okay, tight ends count as part of the O-line when it comes to gifts.
That's right. Give us something, man. Give us something.
Come on.
Was Buddha on who was your NFLPA team down there?
Yeah, we tried to make a Cardinals team, and we got 3 guys. So we had Zaven Collins, who's a pretty good
is he
golfer.
good?
Yeah, outside line. Yeah, he's a really good stick. And then Buddha was one of our guys, and then we had a long snapper from another team. But the 3 of us played, and it was a little 4-man scramble format. It was a heck of a time. Yeah.
Yeah, there was that deal in Dallas. Was it in Frisco?
Mhm,
They just had it
PGA.
at like all these. I think it was former, so I don't know if it was like current guys, but they have a good deal as all football players.
Yeah.
But no kickers or punters.
Yeah.
like
That's a
actual
rule?
football players. Well, I was told. I don't know.
That's how it should
DA
be, 'cause
played in,
those
and he's
guys
like,
are-
"There's no kickers or punters allowed." But I don't know if that was just coincidental or if
It's
that was an
because those
actual
guys
rule.
are just like they play the most, and they're the best golfers. So you got to get some other guys that can compete.
yeah, some
Tough
actual
break
dudes
for the
that-
some
Cowboys.
real athletes. In
Yeah,
there, you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Our Cowboys, our best players, our kicker. It's a problem.
Dude, I had no idea. I think he just got into it too. Sauce Gardner was down there. He's all over this
Yeah.
stuff. How's his game? Did you get to see him?
I
And who
didn't
else
see
down
him.
there that you like didn't know maybe or got to know down there? I had no idea played
Yeah,
golf.
there were so many guys down there, and every year I've this is my 3rd year going now, and it's just different people every single year. So you get to meet new guys, get to talk to all the players. But yeah, Sauce is one of those teams.
Yeah.
They're actually the team that won it, the whole thing, because they just were all scrappy golfers. None of them were good. They were all kind of 7, 8 handicap, and they kind of just pulled it out. All of them had good shots when it mattered, but Sauce has just got into it, and I think he's hooked too.
They beat Thielen's team, I believe, in a playoff.
Oh, you
Like,
did?
It was like a close
Or
to
they
the pin.
did, I mean.
Yeah, Thielen's team was like the
Yeah.
projected, winners. They were the ones who
Have
was
you seen
winning
him hit
all.
it?
Yeah,
I
those
mean,
guys are.
Damn.
Yeah, they
He's-
had a good stake. They had Harrison Smith. They had some guys that could.
Oh,
play
Harrison
on
can
that.
play.
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
He plays
yeah.
in Tahoe every year.
Yeah, they had some guys that could play on that team. So they were the favorites to win. But once it went to that playoff, the whatever your score was didn't matter. It was just a 1v1 team versus team is how they did it. So they got beat out in the playoffs, and it was
I haven't got a chance to play with you yet, so give me a little breakdown. If you were going to
It's clean. It's clean.
describe your action, what do we need to get better at? What are some of your strengths?
I think if I can, my weakness right now is my driver. If I could fix my drives, I'll be
high right.
Yeah, it's not a high. Yeah, high right. Yeah, it is. But once I get that figured out, it's going to be game.
pretty good,
over,
huh? Yeah.
On my irons, wedges, that's gotten a lot better. Putting can always, be better. You can never be a good enough putter, but it's getting there. It's trending in the right direction, and I'm happy where it's at right
Have you been on a launch monitor like for club head speed and everything?
Not really. I went and got fit a while back with TrueSpec actually, but I haven't really done a lot.
I was curious what kind of numbers you could put out.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm sure I got some power for sure. But the thing about me lately, I've been swinging with less speed, and just more tempo and smooth, and that's been changing the whole trajectory of my game.
But you're pretty new. So didn't you? Weren't you like you
Yeah.
played, but not really till you got drafted down here?
Yeah, exactly. I've only really been playing for probably a couple years, 3 years probably now since I've been drafted. So I played here and there in college, but really took it serious once I got out here.
Yeah, he's fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh in the game. It's pretty like
Yeah.
for that long of playing, picking it up that late. It's good.
Well, you got to get to work because you got a big tournament coming
no
up,
doubt.
the 8 a.m. Invitational.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
heading
for
up to the Wynn Golf Course, back to Vegas again.
No doubt.
I think this is your second time.
Yeah,
playing?
yeah. Played in it last year and then coming back this year for round 2.
How much fun is that? He gets to go every year. I've been once. It is so much fun. I love it. I'm very jealous of you too.
It's the best. They set up. They do such a good job with everything. The hospitality, the course. I mean, everything about it's elite. It's such a fun time. You get to meet all these guys, play golf, and compete. It's such a fun weekend.
If only they provided enough alcohol. I mean,
Yeah,
I feel like
it's a little light on that.
It's a little light on
It's
that.
a little
but
light.
other than
People
that,
aren't
it's-
always looking for drinks.
Yeah.
Can't get them.
Who is your partner? Because last year it was 2-man teams, right?
Yeah, it's a 2-man team, and I'm confident that I'm a heck of a lot better golfer than I was last year. So I'm going to bring a little more to the table than I did last year. So I'm excited about that.
Who'd you play with last year?
I played with Shane Victorino,
Yeah.
the baseball,
The Flying Hawaiian.
the Flying Hawaiian.
Big
Yeah,
team.
so we had a good time out there, man. He's a pretty good stick, so we had a good time. So hopefully, maybe we get paired up again, and we have a chance to run it back.
The baseball players can all hit it, can all play golf. I think this year, don't quote me on that. I think it's a draft, like a Ryder Cup, team versus team.
Oh,
And it's
really?
going to be Timberlake one team, Phelps the other team, drafting. So there's gonna be some hurt feelings when those late rounds start coming. We'll see who Mr. Irrelevant is in this thing.
I haven't seen a field list yet, but who do you think would be projected number 1 overall pick? Well, Michelle Wee plays.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think she counts. She's there and catch up. She didn't play
played
last time.
Oh, she
She
normally
didn't
just
play
hit
holes.
a couple
Yeah,
celebrity
she's like
shots or something,
exactly. Who's the
just like you, the celebrity shots.
just to win the big shot? Just the great players, just all the great players. I don't know who's the best. I mean, Michael Pena's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a lot of pretty good. Some of those baseball guys. I mean, you go with.
I mean, Upton can play. He's going this year.
Upton can play. CC can play. Yeah, like a lot of those.
Can play, yeah.
A lot of the baseball guys can play. Are you gonna
Shane
get?
was a pretty good golfer too.
Dude, the last night when they rent out Delilah's and the stage opens up and then karaoke happens and you're watching like literally Timberlake singing and stuff. It's kind of gnarly. Are you gonna get?
I'm
involved in karaoke
I'm
this year?
thinking about it this year. I got to figure
got a
out
song
what I
scouted
don't know.
out?
I don't got a song scouted out, but I got 3 days to figure something out. So I'm gonna get.
I like
something-
this.
I'm gonna get something primed up, and we'll put on a show out there. on
What's your
Saturday.
flavor? Like, what do you like? What do you listen to?
I don't know. I'm
That's
thinking
different
like
though than what's
some-
good for karaoke.
Yeah, it's got to be a good karaoke song. Probably just I don't know.
Are you country guy at all or no? Or
Yeah,
you like
but it's not
hip-hop?
going to be that. It's got to have some more. Get everyone in. A song everybody knows for sure.
Gotta hit.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
That's a fun one though. That's people are a little loose. That's the end of it.
Yeah.
It's over
That's
at
the
that
end of
point.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, and they all get up there and
It's a
go.
lot of fun, and then Sunday sucks.
and then you got to go home.
Yeah, then it's real life.
What's obviously in the off season right now? What's the training like for you right now?
Yeah, just kind of staying in shape, working out, running, lifting, just kind of a light little workout, things like that, getting treatment. But that's kind of like a typical day. I work out in the morning, run, and then try to get a little tea time in the afternoon and play a little golf. So that's kind of a typical day in the off season.
After the season, do you take like a couple of weeks and just say, hey, I'm just going to chill for?
No, 100%. Yeah, your body's kind of beat up after the season. You're just finished 18 weeks or whatever, so you're kind of beat up, so you just want to chill. So I usually take 3-4 weeks. Kind of just depends on how I'm feeling, and then kind of get going again right after that, and then just kind of a grind to never stop. Then
You're back at it now, right? When today, day one, back in the facility?
started back at it today. So it's kind of it's crazy.
Damn,
It feels like we just got over, and then we're already back at it today. But what a good time! It's exciting to have all the guys back, to just be playing football again. Be around the guys again. It's just that's exciting.
I was at the Rock. I think it was maybe a week or two after the season, and I was just talking to Coach, and I was like, when do you get fired up and start working again? He's like, I gave the staff a few days off. We'll get back to it next week. I was like, oh my god, okay,
It's April.
Yeah. There's no. This was in February.
Yeah, February.
Yeah,
Oh, this is
February.
in February?
Yeah.
Yeah, those
the
coaches.
coaches-
I gave him
yeah.
a week off. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
I was
the
thinking maybe
coaches
a month or two.
I mean, they got the draft and stuff coming up. Do you pay attention to the draft, or you just hear hey, here's who we got?
I pay attention to the kind of the first, second round, the early things, and then after that, I kind of quit watching and just kind of get the update as it goes. But I'm excited. We have a opportunity that the GM's done a good job drafting the last couple of years, so I'm excited to see what the talent he brings in this year.
And we're filming this a couple of days before the draft. It'll come out after the draft.
Should we make predictions on
Yeah,
stuff that
that's-
end up being way wrong? That's fun. And we do it for golf every week. It's fucking sweet.
It's true. What do you think y'all's number one need? What will y'all be looking at in the first round?
I don't, I'm thinking probably a defensive lineman, offensive lineman, some kind of big,
Y'all
up
signed a
front.
big one this offseason.
Yeah, we did. Edge rusher, yeah.
From
we
Philly,
signed-
right?
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Get all their players out of there. I hate them.
Yeah. Get them all, yeah.
Yeah.
No, so we, that's what I think. We need just kind of a big upfront, big interior guy, whether it's offense or defense. I think you can't go wrong either way.
Do you keep your eye on who are the best tight ends coming out?
Yeah, for sure. Just kind of watch some of those top guys. I think that kid from Penn State, Tyler Warren's a stud. He had a great year, and I'm excited to see where he goes and kind of what happens with him.
Before we get back to our episode with Trey McBride, I want to tell you about the Odyssey putter from Callaway. I was rolling the rock out at PT today, playing alongside my man Cooper Manning, TCU coach Sonny Dykes. We had a time out there, but Odyssey isn't just the #1 putter brand. It dominates globally. #1 putter on every major tour, PGA, LPGA, DP World, you name it. It's not a close race. Significantly more tour pros choose Odyssey over the next closest competitor. #1 in worldwide wins, #1 in money earned. Tour pros know performance matters, and they know Odyssey delivers. See what Odyssey can do for you at odysseygolf.com. Now back to Trey McBride.
Is he one? Is he the #1
Yeah, he should.
tight end? Miami's got a good one too, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, there's a few guys, but I think he'll be the first guy.
Did you tune into Shador Sanders' jersey retirement?
I was going to get to that a little later. If you went to see you, dude, you'd have your jersey in the rafters.
I think that's ridiculous.
I mean, 13 and 12 jersey
13
retired.
and 12, but I mean, I understand Travis. He won the Heisman.
Yeah.
I get that, but Shadir, man, that's tough. I don't understand that.
Dude, I got like a bunch of buddies like in Fort Collins or Fort Morgan. They went to see you, and like I was giving them shit about it. I was like, cool program, dude. 13 and 12, 1 and 8 against top 25, 0 bowl wins, like retired, and they were like all on the same page. Like this is ridiculous. One of them's a diehard. He's like, he's not even the third best #2 we've ever had.
Yeah,
and now
no one will ever wear #2 again.
I'd be more like embarrassed if you know what I mean? Like, you can't possibly think like, yeah, this is warranted.
And he was only there for really 2 seasons. It's not like he played his whole career there and did this. Yeah. But.
Imagine like the ceremony. So you're introducing Travis Hunter, all his accolades, and then you're like, and our quarterback, he went 13 and 12. That's all we got.
He's making the draft fun though. Like depending on who you listen to, what you're looking at. Like Kuiper's got him 1. There's certain guys saying like, no, he's not. Like I don't know if he's going top.
Yeah, if he's going to be a top
5 or if
pick,
people are just if he's going to be one of those that just falls off.
Yeah, it'll be interesting what happens.
I love watching all the shows and seeing where they predict the one. I was watching Get Up this morning on ESPN, and they're saying he's going to fall to 21 to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean,
21.
That would be crazy because that's Pickens and DK Metcalf, I think, is there now, right?
Oh, yeah, dude. They're going to have the wildest receiver room in history. That's a ticking time bomb.
But, I mean, obviously the Giants are a lot of the talk. But, I mean, you got Russell Wilson and Jameis. I mean, what you bring him in there?
Yeah.
Schefter put out an interesting tweet. He's like, you got to be very confident in what you're doing if you take him. Like, unless you're Mike Tomlin, who doesn't ever have to worry about his job. He's like, you get off to a bad start. You got Shador in there. Everybody's going to be like, okay, when's Dion coming in to be the new head coach?
Right. 100%.
If it goes to New York, like, they're going to be terrible regardless, I feel like. So it's like you're just wasting them unless you think he's the franchise for the next 10 years or something like that.
The draft's wild, though, man. I've been lucky enough to be in the draft room down in New Orleans because it's always during that week when we're down there. And Coach Payton is a good buddy, and we would go there. And, man, I mean, the stuff they look into.
Yeah, they go into
it is insane.
Yeah, to see all the stuff that they look into, the questions they ask, all the background knowledge that they know on it's insane. But I guess, if you're investing that much money and time and all that stuff into someone, you kind of want to know
they
everything
had
about
every player color coded, and I'm not going to say obviously the names, but one color was brown, and I'm like, what's the brown? They're like, shitty character, and I'm like, okay, makes sense.
That's
that's nice.
That's great.
Yeah. We may have talked about this the last time you came on. It's been like a year. Lots happened since then, but Combine. You said like some of the stuff they ask you. Is there any like just stuff that's just off? I've heard rumors and there's things that go around social media, like questions that come up. Is there any just like off the wall stuff that you're just like, dude, what are we even doing here? Like,
I mean, there's definitely a lot of that stuff, but I didn't get any of like the crazy stuff, but I've heard just crazy stories of guys just like having to do all sorts of different things, do push-ups, shoot basketball, like do different tests to like, I've seen guys like they actually made them putt to see like how good of a like athlete. I've done like all sorts of different things that you're like, wow. What does that really have to do with how good of a football player I am?
I play tight end.
Yeah,
you want to see my short game?
Yeah, you want to see my short game? How my hands are?
Let's do a spelling bee after this.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff, but yeah, I was fortunate I didn't get any crazy.
They knew. Yeah, I think they were pretty certain of what you were and who you were going to be.
I got to ask this because I'm fascinated by this, but you obviously had an unbelievable career, unbelievable year, 111 catches, only 2 touchdowns, which we'll address later, but you missed 1 game with a concussion. Okay. Yeah. I was watching the game when you got the concussion.
Yeah.
Can you please just, because as golfers, we've never experienced anything like that.
Yeah.
What is that process like? What is that feeling like of dealing with a severe concussion like that?
Yeah, that was a tough one. I lowered my head and me and this DB hit head to head. It was a tough one, but I actually, I don't remember. I was knocked out cold on the field. I don't remember. I don't remember any of it. And I got up and I don't remember any of this, but I ran off the field for the first thing I remember was I woke up and I was kind of in the locker room and there's like doctors and stuff around me and I was so confused on what was happening. Like, I'm like, what? And then you have to go through this whole series of tests and it's probably a 10 to 15 minute test for a reason because they don't want you to go back into the game if you're not, okay. So did all these tests, you're answering all these questions, all sorts of different things. And I'm all irritated trying to go back into the game thinking that I'm okay. And obviously I wasn't, got the concussion, but yeah, it was tough, man. It just hurt. Like, I don't remember anything. And it took kind of like 20 minutes to kind of like gain, I watched the video and then it started all coming. I was like, oh yeah, I kind of remember like doing all that, but yeah, it was a crazy deal. Yeah, it was a crazy deal, but hurt for probably 3 or 4 days. And then I was much better and
just constant headache. For like
it was just a headache for like probably 36 hours after. And then after that, I felt pretty much normal.
Just a 36-hour headache, guys.
Yeah, it's fine. You just have a couple pops to be fine. I don't know how it doesn't happen more, dude. With the size and the speed of these guys now, you got linebackers running 4.4s and so everyone's enormous. And now they're talking 18 games. Yeah. Like, at what point are we just like these are humans? They're gonna break. Yeah. If you play them that long.
Yeah, 100%. But I mean, with the technology and the new helmets and stuff, it's gotten better. But at the same time, it's like with how big and strong these guys are, it's just a matter of when, not if, it's when,
I mean, they're trying to protect the quarterbacks, but at some point, I'm like, all right, keep like 18, 19. They want to make more money, but at some point, you're gonna get to the playoffs. It's gonna be like, who's got the best backups? Like, you know what I mean?
Who's gonna be the healthiest, the longest, and that's who's gonna win the most games.
They're doing everything they can for the quarterbacks.
100%.
I mentioned 111 catches though. Just 2 touchdowns. Didn't get it till was it the last game or next to last game?
Second to last, yeah.
All right, hey Kyler, let's get the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, do we need to talk to him?
No, that was a weird deal, man. We just kind of, for whatever reason, we just didn't connect. Had a lot of opportunities, we just missed on so many. But yeah, that was a weird stat, and I'm kind of glad it was over with. I'm glad people are kind of done talking about it. But it was a weird deal, but. I'm excited to kind of break the narrative and have a bunch this year. So.
I think we need to work on a special end zone dance.
Yeah, I don't know
maybe some golf.
Yeah.
Some golf that we know when we see it.
There you go.
Yeah. T.O. did that. Or no, Ocho Cinco did that. Chad did that. He took the pylon and he got flagged for it because he couldn't use props. Before we get back to Trey McBride, a quick note from our partners at the USGA. If you're serious about your game or just want to keep it fair out there, the USGA's GIN app presented by Century Insurance has you covered. Post your rounds and gain valuable insights into your performance. Track your handicap index over time and use it to compete on an even playing field no matter where you play or who you're teeing it up with. GIN is the trusted app for golfers who want to get the most out of their game. Download the GIN app today. Now back to Trey McBride. But who cares? 15 yards.
And probably,
who cares?
And probably like 25,
the kicker will
30,
deal with that.
It's probably like a $30,000 fine too. But
probably, yeah. They need
where does that money go?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, so I got fined. Actually, I've been fined one time.
What?
It was I was blocking a guy unnecessarily out of bounds. Is what it was. It was stupid, but I was pretty much blocking a guy all the way out of bounds, and we got in like a big fight on the. It was dumb, but it was like a real simple block, like everyday block. But I ended up getting fined like $15,000, and I was like, "Geez, like for this, all I did was block this guy out of bounds." But pretty much you have to go you have to go and appeal it. So you have to go in front of a whole committee and like you have to state your case of like, oh, I was not trying to block this guy out of bounds. Like I was trying to be nice and,
trying to be nice.
I was getting him to his seat.
Yeah, I was like, you have to, state your case and state your side, and then they have to talk about it and they decide if they want to reduce the fine or take it away. And they never take it away. That's never the case. But mine got reduced like $1,500, so it was still like a $13,500. Yeah, it was like a $13,000 fine, and I don't know where it goes. It goes to the NFL, whatever, and
I think it goes to charity. I'm not positive. Yeah, I think I've read that, but they donate it to something.
I hope so because I don't. It just slowly came out of my check, and it was just a bummer.
That used to matter. Now you're right.
Here's
30 years for my next one. I'm going to block a bunch of dudes out of bounds.
I mean, Roger Goodell makes like $55 million a year.
It's nuts.
Something crazy.
Nuts.
And he has a nice jet.
And he's members at nice clubs.
Yeah. He has one of those green jackets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. JJ
You
just
should
played
get in
down
good
there.
with him and tell him to take
Yeah,
you.
you
to Augusta.
should.
There you go.
Yeah, JJ just played.
Yeah, I saw
Shot
that.
103,
103 or
right?
105
That's
or something
really
like
good.
That.
That's way lower than I would have thought.
Expected, yeah.
I was told
I've never
his
seen his game.
Yeah,
It's
Stiff?
aggressive. It's
It's-
violent. It's left to right.
his
hard.
shoulders are a little too big and they don't really close, and so it's open, so it's a big slap and a
Yeah.
big high slice. But apparently the over under by his buddies was 140, and it was you have to play legit by the rules, put everything out. Played the members tees, but he played with Matt Ryan and Tracy Wolfson, and then the president of CBS Sports, David Burson, and legit 103. Matt was describing some of the shots he hit though, and it was like he was crying, laughing, trying to explain where he hit it. Like he was in the bushes, short ride of 10 down there, and he's like, all you could see was these big muscles and his head popping up, and then whap, and all this stuff goes everywhere, and the ball goes on the green to like 15 feet.
Yeah, you're like, what?
Yeah, but
103 is nice. The only time I haven't played with him. I saw him at Shot at Glory, which you've been out there, Phoenix Open, and I was like, I mean, he was like legit concerned about hurting someone,
He's like,
which is valid, by the way. So the 103 out there, I was like, that's pretty
good.
damn good.
Maybe he's been playing.
He's too big to play. I mean, there's a point I think where you're just like
You're
too big. Like, you're probably on the borderline, but that dude, I mean, he looks
He's
like he could suit up tomorrow.
well, we were on the range in West Bronx. He's like, help me. And I was like, all right, well, move your shoulders. And he's like,
Open your chest.
he's like, I can't. I was like, okay, I don't know what to tell you
I
then.
can't help you.
You're screwed. You're just going to have to aim left and hit a big slice.
Here, bend this crowbar. Yeah, you can do that.
Here, bend my clubs back. Yeah, this loft's a little off.
He is
Yeah, you need to
massive.
hit Goodell though on that. It'd be nice. You can talk about fines and maybe you get a little free pass. What's the best place what's your favorite play now that you're getting into it that you've played thus far?
Oh man, Shadow's pretty.
Yeah,
up
that
there.
experience is maybe the best.
Let me think. Shadow. I played Wolf Creek. I don't even think it doesn't compare to Shadow, but I think those are probably Shadow's probably the one right now that tops it all. It's hard to beat that place.
And being like just a quick, I mean, it's so
Yeah, it's
easy to
such
get
an
there.
easy-
You just
yeah.
went up for a day and came back.
came
you can
up
do
and
that.
then- but it's just crazy because it doesn't even feel like you're in Vegas. It feels like you're in North Carolina or somewhere because there's trees and grass and all that stuff everywhere. But
It is beautiful. We talk about it all the time. It's our favorite day in golf.
I think it's the most fun day. Like, I think there's courses that are probably better.
right.
But Shadow's
Just the
awesome. But just
experience
like the fun you have, there's a lot of sweet courses, but they're a little up their own ass
Right.
about
That
their
place is
policies,
so
and then
laid
you can't
back.
have fun and all that. The Shadow's like the perfect happy medium.
Yeah, it is. It's such a good spot, and the experience and everything about it's good. Yeah.
Once training camp starts, is it just no golf till the season's over, or if you get an off day, will you go play?
Yeah, I'll go play a little bit, but once like, training camp, like the end of training camp, like I'll play, the first couple weeks, but once that season starts, it's kind of, all ball till then. Maybe every once in a while I'll get out on an off day, but it's pretty much all ball once the season starts. Yeah.
After a game, how long till your body feels back right again? Like, is Monday and Tuesday like, dude, I'm
Yeah,
not
Monday
even
and
like,
Tuesday's
it's got to
rough.
be death for y'all. So you're blocking and getting tackled.
Yeah, like Sunday after the game for sure. That's when you start getting stiff, and then Monday you're hurting pretty bad. But then you're kind of a recovery all day, like getting whatever massages, lift, run. Try to kind of get back to feeling better. But usually by Wednesday is kind of when it starts getting back. You start feeling a lot better, and then that's when your hard practices start for the next team. So Wednesday, Thursday, you're back full speed, doing all that stuff.
That's why that Thursday game sucks so bad. It's like-
I don't know how they do. Like, you're just back to like,
Yeah,
okay, I can walk
okay, I
again,
can
and you're
barely walk.
young. Like, I
Yeah.
gotta imagine the older guys.
Yeah.
Like, it's more.
It's like bang right back to another game. It's almost impossible.
Are players like, I'm sure, you'd be compensated for playing another game, obviously. But are players? What do they think about the 18 game proposal?
I think they, as long as I think they're open to it, as long as they get something in return, whether that's another bye week or maybe one less preseason
Got to
game
be a less
or
one, yeah.
whatever it is. Maybe there's 2 bye weeks in the season now instead of
After,
one, thing like that. So I think there's just kind of a push-pull of like, what are we going to get in return, for giving you an extra game? Kind
I've
of.
heard if they go to 18, like it's going to be you have to have 2 bye.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, like I said, like they're too big, strong, fast now. Like
Yeah, just
18
need
games,
time
you
to-
got to eliminate a preseason game. Probably
Yeah.
like guys can only take
Yeah,
so
and
much.
just let your body heal up, have a week to just have your body heal up a little bit to, go another, few weeks. So.
Where are we at? Where's Trey McBride at on the tush push?
I think it's I like it. I think it's a good play. I think within regulation and doing everything the right way, but I mean, until defense can figure out how to stop it, I think the offense should be able to keep doing
Why don't you get in there and take the snap? I mean,
That's how we
Kyler's
get
too
some
small.
tubs.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
get some tubs on the board.
There you go, some rushing touchdowns just from the 1 yard line. Like,
Yeah.
no, I don't know. A lot of teams do that with the tight end. They motion the tight end and then
Yeah.
he'll get up there and snap it. So maybe I got to talk to the OC and get that figured out.
Yeah, I mean, Philly's just way better at it than everybody
they
else, and
just-
Jalen's a monster.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think Jalen's hard to tackle, number
Yeah.
one, and they've just got it figured out.
I did hear some of the defensive guys who obviously want it banned. They're like, all right, well, let us push each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate it. Like as a fan, because it's like
Yeah.
4th and 1. These little short. It used to have so much drama. Now it's like the Eagles take them since they're the best
Right.
at it. It's like, dude, this is a first
92%
down.
every
Like
time. It's almost
there's no way
guaranteed,
they're not
right.
getting half a yard minimum.
And then even 3rd and 1, they're going to do it two. If
Do
you
it
think
twice and it's
they'll do
over.
it
Yeah, it
twice.
takes
You're not
away,
stopping
like,
it
the-
twice. Yeah,
you
it's
can be
like
like, yeah.
yeah, I totally agree with that too. I mean, I wouldn't care either way if I wouldn't care if it got taken out, but I think it's I don't mind it.
I mean,
Honestly.
Philly would lose their mind. Like, we started this
Yeah.
and we're good at it. Not
And
our
everyone
fault.
else, yeah.
I mean, it is a weapon.
Yeah.
It
But if the
definitely is.
defense
Short
could
yardage
push,
down there on the goal line where teams struggle, something like that's just an
And then
auto.
you use cadence. You get then the defense is so.
and they're like basically
yeah.
their face
And
masks
then-
are like on the ground.
Yeah, and then you go on 2, and then the guy jumps. It's just a win-win for the offense.
Yeah. It's
back to golf for a second. How much do you enjoy watching golf on TV?
Yeah, I mean, I watch the big tournaments for
Yeah.
sure. Keep up with those for sure. But I enjoy watching. I just especially now that I play, I'm like, holy shit, these guys are really good because you see how good how close they put it to the pin and they're putting. It's like you really have a more feel for how good these guys really.
How
are.
wild was that final day at the Masters?
Oh man, that was cool, man, and it was cool to see Rory win. To do that and to do the Grand Slam and do that. But yeah, what a crazy day, Justin. Kind of making a comeback after he was leading pretty much the whole tournament, and it was crazy to see all that stuff.
The last 2 weeks have been sick.
and then
we're on a good run. Go back
Yeah.
to even like the players,
yeah.
which is one of the best tournaments of the year. Like we get
the players would've
playoffs
just
and we're
finished
getting big names.
On Sunday, like
Yeah,
Back
that's
to
a
go to
tough.
Monday
That was a
morning.
tough one, and we're biased, but like, yeah, JJ. I wanted JJ to win that.
and
thing.
I was in Vegas, and I really didn't want to wake up at 5:30 to watch the playoff.
Right.
Yeah, it just
It was
takes
a
all
little rough.
the juice out of it.
It was a bummer to see Joel Dahmen the other night
Oh,
lose
yeah.
that.
Yeah, are you
lose
guys
that.
buds?
No, I just feel for the guy because
He's
having
awesome.
leading the whole tournament and doing what he did, and then to go bogey to
Yeah.
lose the tournament was
It just shows, like, I mean, you
Yeah,
have so many
every-
people sitting at home. They're like, "Oh, how do you hit that shot? How do you do this?" I mean, Rory McIlroy, one of the greatest of all time. The shots he hit on the back
Right.
nine Sunday. I mean, Joel, PGA Tour winner. I mean, just weird shit happens
Yeah,
under
and
that kind of pressure.
I mean, yeah, just the pressure and like just thinking about if you put yourself in that situation and you're putting for $1 million or you're putting to win a tournament, I'm like, I couldn't imagine. I get
Yeah.
shaky putting for $20 on the hole. I'm like, I can't imagine putting for win a tournament.
And
you know
even
what I mean?
not even take the money out of it. Just like for Joel, especially, like he was the last guy in last year on the PGA Tour. Came down to this final round. He had to have a miracle, and he did it. Like this is job security. It'd be like you say, like, all right, we're gonna tell you you're gonna be a 15-yard out here, and we're gonna be double covered. You have to catch it, or you don't have a job anymore.
Right.
Like nothing like that in golf, and you got to sit there and think about it the whole time.
And I say for like Rory, the shot he hit on 15, and will go down as one of the greatest shots in the history of golf, but like 13, the lob wedge that he hit into the water.
Right.
Like you could give him every golf ball that's in the world right now, and the only one he'll hit in the water was that one that mattered on that Sunday. Like that
Yeah.
just doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially from that yardage.
Oh,
out
my
and all.
God.
Yeah,
There's no chance
right. And then it just happened in that one chance, yeah.
when your body feels weird as shit and you're trying to hit a ball and it's like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah, it's real easy sitting on the couch, like, oh my
Yeah.
god, nice wedge,
Yeah,
idiot.
I wouldn't-
He's leading
yeah.
by 4.
I wouldn't hit it in the water there.
No, there's no way.
You'd have skull fucked it so far over the green when he missed gloves.
You'd be hitting 7 from
Yeah.
right there, anyways.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. That was so you tune into the big time
100%,
tournaments
yeah.
type
Just
stuff.
watch the featured holes or watch a group play or whatever. Yeah, it's always I love watching those tournaments just because, like I said, just now that I've played golf, I have a much more appreciation for how good those guys really are.
And there's a bunch around town.
Yeah.
You'll get to know Joel. You guys should
Yeah.
like. I'm not hyperbole. Like he's one of the greatest dudes of
Yeah.
all time. You could see that in his interview
Yeah.
around here. Have you gotten to play with Wyndham yet? Another
Yeah,
Colorado
Wyndham's
boy.
great. Yeah, I played.
That's fun
played
to
with
watch.
him out at the Rock. Yeah, it was such a cool time. It was fun because I've had a really good day out there. I actually shot like an 85, and he beat me by 20 strokes. So it was like, I was like, and he played it way at the tips, and I
Yeah.
played up, So I thought I always felt so good about myself, but then he beat me by 20, and I felt, bad. But he's a stick, man. It was actually just
different.
cool to just watch him play in person and see, how he approaches his shots and how he gets out of trouble, whatever it was. It was cool.
Isn't it crazy how far he hits it? Like he's not that big of a dude and just smashes
He
it.
used that mini driver the whole time, and he was out driving all of us when we were up a box. So
He literally doesn't hit driver anymore at the Rock anywhere.
yeah,
He hits the mini every time.
He has
It's
no
sickening.
reason to. I mean, it goes 320 yards or whatever. He
Yeah.
smacks it. So it's
Sounds kind of soft to me.
It's stupid.
Yeah, he's
It's stupid. And he probably loves playing with you. Like you like
Yeah, it
watching
was
him
fun,
play
yeah.
golf, but he probably wants to talk to you about football
yeah,
the
it
whole
was
time.
cool. It was a fun time, and it just was so effortless just watching him. And then I thought he was going to bogey a hole. I was like, oh, I think he's going to be in trouble here. And then he finds a way to pull out a par. I was like, holy sh! It was cool to watch him for sure.
Yep.
Well, we mentioned at the start, obviously, congrats on the new contract. Have you treated yourself to anything?
No,
nice?
I haven't yet.
What about for the lady
yeah,
who's in the building right now? You know,
Yeah.
shout out your girl.
Yeah, no, shout out Lauren, no, for
Yeah.
sure. But no, I haven't. I definitely haven't. No, I've been looking for a new place. I'm trying to buy a place here and kind of dig my roots a little deeper here in Scottsdale, but haven't yet. Yeah, so once I do that, that'll probably be the big treat for me.
We got a lot of real estate agents that listen, so they'll probably be hitting you up pretty soon.
Yeah. We
Here's
got
a nice
some
little
interested
$18 million place.
Right, no
Might be
doubt.
interested.
Have
Yeah.
you been back to Fort Morgan recently?
Not since the deal, yeah. But I'm once I go back there, I got a kids camp this summer, so I'll be.
Oh, you
back
do?
there. Yeah,
Cool.
do a kids camp back in my hometown every summer. So I'll probably be back this summer, and that'll be a hoot to just see everybody and celebrate with them.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Can we talk to your agent about your Wikipedia page because it still has your Fort Morgan basketball picture?
Oh,
on there.
I looked at it. You were jacked, dude.
This dude's the highest paid
You were
tight end in
swole.
NFL history.
I was like, dude, we don't have anyone on my football team or basketball that could handle
we got
that.
a high school basketball picture as his picture.
No, I don't know what that's about. Yeah, I've definitely seen that before. I don't know why that's the picture, and
It's
I
funny.
don't know. Yeah, I need someone to get that changed for sure.
Mackey Award. We got a lot of Cardinals
Yeah, I played.
shit we could use.
I've
You know what I
been in
mean?
college since I had a good college career. I mean, I've been in the league. Can we?
High
get
school
that
basketball.
Fort Morgan game against
like-
Rifle or some shit.
changed? Pooter High. Yeah.
Pooter versus
That's
yeah,
their
name.
name.
Morgan.
Points, yeah.
Pooter?
That's my high school's name.
You went to Pooter?
Pooter. Tell them about it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's the best high school.
What a name.
It's the sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Pooter's mascot?
It's the Impala.
Yeah.
We're the only Impala in America as of when I graduated. I don't know
Pooter
if there's-
Impala.
The Pooter Impala. It's a tough.
It's
That's why I don't tell when people are like, where are you from? Fort Collins. I just say Fort Collins,
Yeah.
and then if they're not from Colorado, it's like, yeah, Fort Collins.
Yeah.
But if they're from there, like you know Pooter.
Yeah.
I'll have to dig into this a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit.
French for powder. There's a river that runs through Fort Collins. Everything's cache la poudre. And it's like back in the day, they stashed gunpowder on that river. So poudre is French for powder, apparently. And
Boom.
we're
I
the
should know that
Impalas.
considering my
Yeah, dude.
all the French
Steve,
I know.
What's yours?
Je me touche.
Je me touche. Yeah, dude. You should know that.
Yeah.
You should know that.
means I touch myself.
there you go.
It's the only thing I learned in French class.
There you go.
We tried to teach Kiz that before he headed over there for the Ryder Cup. He wasn't listening. But dude, man, we're so proud of you, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
No, yeah,
It's awesome. Always fun
appreciate it.
catching up
And
with
we
you.
thank you for your time, dude. I know
Yeah.
it's about
No,
to get busy
absolutely.
too, but you're the best. It's been fun playing golf with you and watching you. And
Yeah, absolutely.
big
We'll have to
things.
get out. Yeah, we
And
gotta
I need a full report on Sleaze's behavior in Vegas when we get back.
Are we gonna have our specials?
Oh, we'll be. Yeah, we're gonna have
special
our
supper?
our special day.
Special
yeah.
Tell them
supper.
about our special supper, dude. It's special.
Yeah, so last year we show up to this. Where was that at? What's it called?
It's the down. It's
It's a nice little restaurant
with the waterfall
Yeah,
out
real
there. It's the
romantic.
nicest. Whatever. Super nice at the win.
And
SW?
everyone has their +1, and this is my first time there, so I didn't really know a whole lot of people, but I recognized Drew, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go talk to Drew. So long story short, we have this whole table. There's probably a table for 40 people, and it's just Drew and I sitting across the table. We have the whole table of like 40, and it's just me and him.
They had 17 breads out every cup, and it was just me and dude. It was like Batman's table, and it was just me and Trey face to face, and like
eye to eye, just staring
Romantic.
At,
just we had, and that what a great night.
Yeah, it
We had a
was good. So we had
great
unlimited food, all we could eat. It was phenomenal. Yeah,
Man, y'all gonna have a
If
blast.
anyone gets near us this year, they're fucking out.
yeah, they're done.
That's our time. Our time.
That's our time.
That's our
our time.
special.
All right,
time.
work on that karaoke song.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
doubt.
yeah, we'll get
we're
you.
gonna get that. We're gonna get that squared away.
What are you gonna
Yeah.
sing?
I don't know. You want to do a duet?
Yeah, I was gonna say y'all should go together.
Do a duet. We'll have to brainstorm on this. I feel like the people deserve this.
The people need this.
You know what I mean? After Timberlake, all right, keep it moving.
Yeah.
We're going.
It's go time.
It's our time.
We've seen you sing. Go away. We want to see these two.
Exactly.
All right, man. Well, that was
Exactly.
awesome. Thanks so much for joining us.
appreciate you
Trey,
guys
you're the
for having
best.
me on.
Appreciate
Yeah,
you.
Appreciate you all.
Thank you.
All right, that was Trey McBride joining us on Golf Subpar. Such a cool story, man. I mean, this is one of the most humble dudes ever. For him to be the highest paid tight end in NFL history, so awesome. He's so cool to come by and join us. And by the way, I texted you after the show. I said, do you know who Trey McBride reminds me of? And I said, I'll give you a hint. Sports movie. You texted me and you said, catcher in Major League 2. I said, ding, ding, ding. Rube Baker. That is Trey McBride. Good old country boy. I mean, they are identical.
That was a great pull, by the way. I sat there first. I was like,
Yeah.
sports movie. I don't know if he memorizes Playboys to calm the nerves before games, but it's worked before, dude. And so happy for him to get that deal. I mean, we're biased. You're hard pressed to find a better tight end in football. You can't find one that's higher paid right now. He's a humble dude, small town Colorado, all this stuff. We'll say this, Colt. We played a lot of blackjack together this past few days. I was expecting the units to go maybe to a level that I hadn't seen before from Trey. The money has not gotten to his head. The man is right down the pipe, still very conservative, so he's not blowing it. He's not doing anything stupid. He's playing it close to the vest there, but man, what a great dude. Oh, by the way, opening match of the opening day. Normally Chase Crawford, for obvious reasons, goes out with a couple of the ladies, right? That's kind of the deal. He was not there this year. You know who slid into that spot? Trey McBride went out with Michelle Wee West, Kira K. Dixon, and they defeated Michael Phelps, Marty Fish, and somebody else with birdies on the last 2 holes to win by 2. Somebody else that was good. I can't remember exactly the groups now. Somebody else that was solid, though, but it was a major upset. Major upset. Shout out Trey. Special guy to have that group.
Love it. And Trey, take some of that money. Head on over to shop.golf.com. Get yourself some Birdie Juice swag because I just ordered some sweet t-shirts with our logos for the summer, and you can now shop branded Subpar gear at shop.golf.com. You get to call the shots. Choose your gear, your favorite logo, and even your go-to brands. Choose your style, pick your favorite Birdie Juice logo, and shop from a lineup of top-tier brands. From polos and hats to hoodies and more, we've got the gear to match your vibe on and off the course. Tons of options, fully customizable, and all dripping with Birdie Juice swagger. Don't wait. Hit shop.golf.com and snag your Birdie Juice gear now. All right. A lot of fun. Once again, thanks to Trey McBride. Sleaze, go get you some rest after Vegas. I'm in Dallas. I'm going to try to rest up a little bit. Heading to the Dallas Stars game right now. Hopefully they take down your Colorado Avalanche. And we will talk to you on next week's Subpar.